Red Button means we're live, a casual take with your boy Stephen Pepper, here to give a take off my chest. So Celtics Media Day was yesterday. And what was interesting about yesterday is not only that the Celtics are the defending champs, but because they hosted their media day a week before everyone else, because they got an early preseason trip internationally to play the Nuggets. So all the eyes in the NBA world were on the Celtics, especially Jayson Tatum. And we all know Jayson Tatum's summer went. He wins his first title. He wins his second gold medal. Yay! But it was not as beautiful as he thought. He gets stubbed for Finals MVP. He gets a bunch of DMPs on the world stage in the Olympics. So at media day, the media was just throwing all those questions at Tatum about how he felt about it. And what stuck out to me the most about all of Tatum's answers was this response about his game itself. And he said, quote, "You haven't seen the best version of Jayson Tatum." And you know what? I agree. I agree with Tatum that we have yet to see the best version of him. In fact, I think we're in for the best version of Jayson Tatum this very season. Now, do I think he's going to make the leap into the best player alive tier with Jokic, Giannis, Luka? Probably not, especially given his role in this very cohesive Celtics team. But I've always found it bizarre how we treat Tatum. I think since he's been playing winning basketball for so long, we've been treating Tatum like he's this 30-year-old at the peak of his powers. He's only 26. I know we are tired of the he's only 19 jokes, but the man's only 26. And if you know anything about how NBA players, superstars develop, they don't start hitting the full stride until 27, 28, 29. And Tatum's only 26. So Tatum still has a few years to go to truly get to the best version of himself. And given how his summer went, he has a real incentive to keep growing. Don't BS me, bro. Don't BS me. Don't go up to the media and say, oh, getting snubbed from the Finals MVP and getting benched on the world stage multiple times gives me little to no motivation. Yes, it does. As a former athlete myself who played a little ball in his heyday, now, definitely not the level of Jayson Tatum, but as a human being who's been an athlete once or twice, I know that stuff sticks with you. You want to stick it to your doubters who were crying at you for not winning the Finals MVP, who are making fun of you for getting DMPs on the global stage. You want to know why Tatum got snubbed from Finals MVP and got DMPs in the Olympics? Because he couldn't hit a jumper to save his life. His jump shot seemingly regressed in front of our eyes. And he knows it. You know how I know how he knows it? Because he's been spending all offseason working with his trainer on the mechanics of his jump shot. I mean, these stats for the playoffs and the Olympics are just alarming. This unfolded right in front of our very eyes. In the playoffs, Jayson Tatum shot 49 of 179 on isolated jump shots. That's only 27%. That's disgusting. And in the finals, he shot below 40% from the field and about 27 from three. You tell me if Tatum gets that percentage up, he hits a couple more threes, he's easily the Finals MVP, given that he led the team in points, rebounds, assists, and whatnot. And then it carried over to the Olympics. You want to know why Steve Kerr went with Devin Booker, Drew Holiday, and company all over Jayson Tatum? Because when Tatum was in, he went 0 for 16 on jump shots for the Olympics. That's not going to cut it. That jump shot needs to get better, but he knows it. That's why he's doing 2-a-days per Ramon at Shelburne at ESPN with his longtime trainer, Drew Hanlon, working on the mechanics of his jumper that, quote, came up early last season and reared its head again during the playoffs in the Olympics. He knows it. But if Tatum can get his jumper to a high enough level, this might be the most complete player in basketball, given that LeBron regresses at the age of 40 by the end of 2025. Because we're talking about a player with not only an elite jump shot, which is soon to come, but already a high-level defender, an improving passer, playmaker, good rebounder, good ball handler, experienced champion now, and a guy who's known to put the ball in the hoop 26 to 30 points a game. That sounds like a top 5 to 7 player to me by the end of 2025. That is an extremely well-rounded player. And Hanlon knows it. Hanlon's piggybacked on what I'm saying. He said, when you look at Tatum, who is 26 years old, what was MJ, LeBron, and Steph at 27? One championship. Tatum's gotten one. Now, I've heard people say that over the summer. I personally wouldn't put Steph, LeBron, MJ in the same sense as Tatum because I don't think Tatum will ever be that level of player. But there's truth in this. Is like Tatum's only 26, and one of those guys do. They started rattling off championships and hit their peak at 28, 29. Tatum's only 26. There's a reason why Joe Mazzulla told Tatum, I'm happy that you didn't win Finals MVP and got benched multiple times in the Olympics. Because Mazzulla's a psychopath. Mazzulla knows that that's only going to fuel Jayson Tatum to be a killer next year. What do I think killer Jayson Tatum's going to look like? His fourth All-NBA first team in a row, which I don't think a lot of people are talking about. A guy who I think is going to be the clear number one on the Celtics when they win their second championship in a row. That's what I think we're going to see from Jayson Tatum. Do I think he's going to make the leap into the Giannis, Luka, Jokic tier? Probably not. But the way we talk about Tatum, it's like he's this 30-year-old at the peak of his powers. I agree with Tatum. I don't think we've seen the best version of Tatum yet. If he can just get that jumper down, which I've seen the footage coming out today of him with Drew Hanlon working on the mechanics of his jumper. If that jumper can translate to the NBA and he goes on a playoff run again and reaches the finals, that's the best version of Jayson Tatum. And I think we're going to see it this season. But I appreciate everyone for tuning in to this episode of A Casual Take. Follow all my social media to stay updated on all things related to the show. Some Casual Takes is the handle. Until next time, see ya.